Hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. It's December 10th today. Just giving you a video today to share with you about what has happened in the Durham Region real estate market for the month of November, and also to give you a good idea of what has happened year to date. This will give us a good idea of what has happened, where we are now, and then ideally, hopefully, we can forecast what is to come here in 2026. Just want to say before I jump in, sorry if you hear some commotion in the background. We had a good dumping of snow, and a couple people just fired up their snow blowers, and also my kids are downstairs causing a little bit of ruckus in the living room. So sorry in advance if you hear some background noise, but let's jump in and get to it so I can give you guys an idea of what has happened. Also, as of about 20 or 25 minutes ago, the Bank of Canada came out and announced that they're not changing the policy rate, so that will remain at 2.25%. I guess we'll see what happens with that in the new year. So let's jump in. Going to give you guys a couple of different statistics to look at here, and I will be sharing those with you. Okay, so the first one I want to look at is the average sale price. So just keep in mind going forward, so this is for all, here, let me highlight this so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So this is for all different property types across the Durham Region area and for all different bed and bathroom combinations for the month of November. So when looking at the average sale price for the month of November, it was around 838,000, and that's down from 845,000 roughly for the month of October. So a slight decrease there month over month of 0.8%. Now, big decrease here when comparing this to the same month of last year. So in November of 2024, the average selling price was around 902,000. So year over year, quite a significant drop in the average sale price across all of Durham Region of roughly around 7.1%. Now, looking at this year to date for 2025 compared to the year to date average for 2024, we're also down around about 4%. Looking at the next one being transaction volume. So this is quite a significant change here, and this will give you a good idea of what has happened in the marketplace this year. I think the general census out there and talking to other real estate professionals in the public is a lot of people believe that the real estate market is slow. And it is. I mean, and you'll see when we get to the average days on market stat as well. But transaction volume this year is down quite significantly. So let's take a look at that right now. And let me get my little highlighter here for you as well. So transaction volume for the month was around 609 units sold in November 2025. And then in October, that was around 728 for a drop of 16.3%. So that's quite a significant drop. And then looking at this compared to November 2024, it's actually around an 18% drop, just shy of 18%. So quite a year over year change there. And then we're down around 11.3% for the year to date this year relative to last year as well. So sales volume is definitely down, and properties are taking a little bit longer to sell. So let me take a look at that one now, just to give you guys an idea of what the average days on market is. So right now, the average days on market for November of 2025, it's about 32 days. So just over a month on average to sell a property. In October, that was around 30. So slight increase there. And then looking at this, November 2024, the average days on market was 25. So, 27% sounds like a lot. And I mean, looking at from a percentage perspective, it's quite a big increase, but really it's only a week longer. And then year to date, the average is around 25. And then year to date of last year, around 21. So again, almost 21% year to date change there, which I wouldn't really focus too much on the percentage aspect there. That sort of seems to be, a little astronomical compared to the actual days on market number and figure itself. So really, for the Durham region, it's about 3 weeks to a month on average to sell a property right now, which is why I preach to several clients the importance of making sure that your house stands out relative to the competition, and that includes many different things like staging, painting, cleaning, professional photography, videography, anything you possibly can to ensure that your house stands out relative to what everybody else is doing. And then just to give you an idea, I mean, there's many different stats on here, and I just want to preface it, and I should have said this earlier. If you want me to break this down for you and go over any more of these statistics, or if you want me to break this down on a specific type of property, or even a different city or location within Durham, or maybe you even live in Northumberland and you want to know what's going on in and around, all of the GTA or Greater Toronto Horseshoe, I can definitely provide that data for you and give you a custom video such as this, breaking down what you would like to see. So let me get back on track there. So last one to show you here before I cut this video off is the average sale price compared to the list price. So really, not much of a change there. There's still, still signs that the market is relatively healthy. Like properties are still selling pretty close to the list price. Right now we're seeing about a 98.8% sale price compared to the list price. Last year, these statistics, proved to us that on average properties were selling higher than the list price, and that meant there was more activity, like again back to the transaction volume, more activity happening out there, more buyers were out there looking, properties were moving faster, so that tends to cause properties to sell over asking, especially if there's more pent-up buyer demand. This year, it's a little bit of a slower market, not as many active buyers out there, but we're still seeing properties sell really close to the list price, which is why in this marketplace, like I touched on earlier, it's imperative to make your house stand out relative to the competition, but also you want to list your property at a price that makes sense. You want to ensure that you're not listing it, well above what the numbers are showing, because if you do, the property won't sell. So just ensuring that you list it correctly is very important in the marketplace right now. And then just, the overall economy, the overall state of Canada, just to give you guys an idea of a couple recent statistics and pieces of data that came out there. Like I touched on earlier, the policy rate remained unchanged this morning, about half an hour ago now. That's staying at 2.25%. Unemployment rate actually fell to 6.5% in November, and the economy actually gained 54,000 jobs. So despite everything going on and people saying that the economy is in a recession or, not doing well, I mean, the key indicators and the key data are showing us that things are actually okay out there. I think it's just a lot of turmoil and uncertainty with what's going on south of the border. But, and again, inflation's down to about 2.2%, which is pretty much in line with what the Bank of Canada wants. Usually they want to hover around that 2% range. So that's pretty good as well. Overall, things look good. I think once we sort of, get things figured out from a global economic perspective, I think that'll have a significant increase on the marketplace that we all live, reside, and have fun in here in the Durham region. Okay, so I hope that this video helped. And like I said earlier, if you want me to break this down in any way, type of property, location, I'd be more than happy to do so. Thank you very much for watching. If you tuned in and you got this far in the video, I greatly appreciate it. Try to keep it short and sweet, but here we are 9 minutes in. Thank you very much for watching, and if you have any questions, reach out. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas to you and the family. Stay safe out there. Thank you very much.